Meta is changing the game for the AI space. They have introduced new AI experiences across their family of apps and devices. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these new features. So here is a quick video showcasing some of the newest features. So this one, short and simple, involves the ability to interact with celebrity style personalities. So you can see we have here Tom Brady as Brew, and you can essentially see the chats exchanging between it, particularly focusing on the specific topic or the niche for that particular person. Now, this stuff pretty much goes on and continues to show a lot more well-known famous people out there and all the new effects. But now let's go ahead and go deep dive into some more specific details regarding how amazing the new AI features are. So the first thing is AI stickers. Now this doesn't sound too crazy, but don't worry, some of the new features ahead of this video I will get into later will be a little bit more important in terms of the actual technology. But in general, what this actually means is says billions of stickers they are sent across their platforms every month, and now this has a new way for people to interact with each other. And for some, they might think stickers cool. Essentially, that's not a big deal, but in reality, something that is closely related to that would be emojis. And if you are someone who constantly messages other people or even comments and reacts to stuff on social media, majority of the time you are utilizing emojis. So stickers essentially are a better way to create essentially that expression over a chat message or text without having to worry about particularly searching for this particular emoji. So we can see here they use technology from Llama 2 and their foundational model for image generation that they have called Emu. And essentially what this does is turn your text prompts into multiple high quality stickers in seconds. So now let's actually go ahead and take a look at some of these examples. So here we can see pizza playing basketball, happy sushi walking, even have super happy raccoon on a motorcycle. This is going to open up the conversation and the ability to express more throughout your text messages with your friends, family, and people online with these new AI generated stickers, because now instead of using the same emojis over and over and over again, this is going to open up the game, and essentially I'm sure people get very creative with this. Now this isn't that mind-blowing in terms of the new AI features, at least stuff that we've seen, but don't worry, let's get into some more facts. So here's one, image editing with AI. Now this is always big in the AI space, and essentially they state soon you'll be able to transform your images or even co-create AI generated images with friends. Now I could see this being very lucrative model for business and just in general doing anything, especially if you can have your friends help out with creating particular prompts. And essentially let's go ahead and see some of these examples of things that you can recreate with this. So here we have this picture of this guy with a baby, and essentially you can go ahead, looks like you can type in like this, for example, watercolor, and this completely transforms the image into looks like a watercolor painting. Now this particular example isn't something that I was picturing in terms of the AI image, but again, this is essentially editing the images with a filter that otherwise you couldn't really do unless you had skills in, for example, Photoshop, or even utilizing any of the filters that we see on a lot of these famous social media platforms. And some additional features, an assistant that spans across apps and devices. So now they have a new assistant that you can interact with a person, and this is available on WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, and soon the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses and Quest 3. And I personally have seen the new Ray-Ban smart glasses and they are looking pretty impressive. And also it is powered by a custom model that leverages Llama 2 technology, and that's our latest large language model LLM. And take a look at this visual right here. You can see my name is Meta AI, think of me as an assistant, and says what mocktail pairs well, and let's see if it resets again, what mocktail pair well with an avocado pesto pasta, and go ahead and showcases a response to this particular question. So it seems like it's sort of like a ChatGPT style AI chatbot response, and seems like they are integrating this heavily now into their new systems, so the future is going to be very interesting. And on top of that, they have a universe of characters at your fingertips. And here they say they have been creating AIs that have more personalities, opinions, and interests, and essentially this is going to be the way you interact with these AIs, and they're not just simply a chatbot where it just has a dull response and answers your question like a robot. It seems that they're trying to make these chatbots, or essentially these AI response personalities, something that sounds more like a human and fits particularly to whatever niche or industry that you are trying to ask the questions in. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these features and what they have here. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the characters, the personalities. So we have Charlie D'Amelio, and that is as Coco, which is a dance enthusiast and is also quite famous TikToker. You have Chris Paul as well for golfing, Dwayne Wade, Ironman triathlete, motivating you to be your best self, Izzy Adesanya, MMA prospect, and we can see we have Kendall Jenner, Mr. Beast, Paris Hilton, and Snoop Dogg, Tom Brady, and some other celebrities on here, and well-known famous people, essentially as a particular character with a personality. Now you're probably wondering, big deal, what is this? How is this beneficial? Well, today's age, everybody's on their phone, everybody's utilizing some sort of application. Now we're starting to see AI slowly transition into the more human-like personality, the part that everyone was curious about. Can AI achieve the ability, aka AGI, the point where we can't tell the difference between an AI and a person? Obviously this is a reach out for that, and this is a start, but until we get to that point, this is just the beginning. So here's a visual again showcasing it, and it was very similar to, looks like the Meta AI style setup, except this time we can see that we have the face next to the person, and then we can see the particular responses correlate based off of their type of character that they have here. So again, this is definitely something interesting, and I can see some big potential for this in the future in terms of businesses and just in general interactions on social media. And what's coming up next for Meta? Well, for the AI space, they have introduced AI Studio, and that platform supports the creation of their AIs, and they plan to make it available for people outside of Meta, for coders and non-coders as well, to help build AIs. In addition, developers will be able to build third-party AIs for their messaging services with their API, and that'll be coming out soon. In addition, businesses, they'll be able to create AIs that reflect their brands and overall improve their customer experiences. In addition, creators are able to build AIs that extend their virtual presence across their apps. And they have it here stating the AIs will be sanctioned by them and directly controlled by the creator. So that's actually a really big topic that we can deep dive later once they announce more information for that. In addition, the last thing is they're building a sandbox that's going to be released in the coming year, and this is enabling anyone to experiment with creating their own AI. So that seems to be a big deal in the coming next few months. But aside from that, if you want to see the latest, greatest updates in the AI space, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe.